Here are some of the most common issues with Dyson cordless vacuums. Please note that these are based on models I've tested, ranging from the early model V6 to the premium level models like the Gen5 Detect. Consider this some sort of a buyer's guide, but instead of me telling you the good stuff, I expose the potential issues I've discovered while testing these products, and potential issues down the road. This will help you stay informed, a warning so to speak. Then it's up to you if you still want to purchase this brand. I'll also share model-specific issues, so make sure to watch till the end. The number one issue and something inevitable is battery failure. It's not a matter of if, but when. Use it long enough and it will eventually wear out. Fortunately, you'll have lots of options. Love it or hate it, Dyson is a popular brand. And with that popularity comes a bunch of third-party manufacturers making batteries. So there's no need to get an OEM if you want to save money. If you're a DIY junkie like myself, you could use batteries for power tools like DeWalt or Craftsman by buying this type of adapter. Please note that these adapters are model specific for a power tool brand. So for example, a Craftsman battery will not fit in a DeWalt adapter. The number two issue is dust clouds. And it's not a Dyson issue, but an issue with all bagless vacuums, especially if you clean lots of dust. Since there's no bag, there's exposure to dust. There are ways to mitigate this. One is by emptying it close to the bin or wearing a face mask. The number three issue is hair wrapping on the laser slim roller axles. I noticed this while testing the V12, V15, and Gen5 Detect on long hair as it wraps on the axles. While I didn't notice hair wrapping on the axles while testing it on shorter strands, but checking it periodically should be a part of its maintenance. This is not an issue with the V8 since there's very little gap on the axles. Issue number 4, which is related to the previous one, is hair sticking on the dustbin, particularly large quantities of it. One workaround, if you don't want to get your fingers dirty, is shaking the dustbin until the whole clump falls out. Number 5 issue, and this is specific with the V15S Submarine, is the poor design of the mopping head. Since the Submarine nozzle is designed primarily to be more maneuverable and lightweight than a standard wet-dry vacuum, there will be inherent flaws. And the biggest is the tray that stores the dirty water and debris picked up from the mopping cycle. Since the V15 dustbin also houses the motor, storing liquid in there would be risky. So the engineers decided to store everything within the wet-dry nozzle, the clean and dirty water. The issue is that the tray is not sealed, so with even the slightest tilt, dirty water will spill. Another issue, at least for me, is the locking mechanism getting cracked, so I cannot fully lock it in place. Take note that I haven't used this V15S much, so this is a huge issue for me since I cannot find any replacement part for it. Considering the high cost of the V15S Submarine, this is a huge disappointment. Another issue with the V15S is that it is not efficient at picking up liquid. You'll need to run it several times, and since the dirty water tray won't hold much, you'll need to empty it often. And with the spilling issue, this is frustrating and you'll be better off using a mop, trust me. The next issue is that the carpet nozzle is hard to push if you close the gates and use the max setting on carpet. You'll see this issue in models like the V11, V15, and Gen5 Detect that have more power. A workaround for this is to open the gates and use the middle setting, and only use the max setting as needed. Not using the max setting also preserves battery life, so that's a pro tip for you if you don't want to replace your batteries often. If you're buying any of the outsized models, take note that its body is very heavy, and forget about using it as a handheld unless you want to work out. Before I forget, the Dyson V6 doesn't have a hygienic feature that pushes dirt out. It only has a trapdoor that flips open. The next issue is dustbin seal cracking and coming loose in the V10 and V15. If this happens, don't worry. I have a video on my channel which I'll link to below to show you how to replace it step by step. And I bet you've seen reviews that show the soft roller nozzle picking up a huge chunk of Cheerios. It looks cool, but I wouldn't recommend you doing that because the nozzle will clog. Trust me, I tried it several times.